tribe? How you guys doing? This is Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 7. So listen, y'all done it. Y'all have done it. Y'all have done it. Y'all have put me in a position to defend Melody and talk about Tisha. Y'all done it. So this episode starts off where we left off last week with the ladies having a conversation in the private room at down to the Bowl-O-Rama with Stars and Stripes, wherever they were. Tisha is telling Melody, listen, you're a mean girl. Melody was like, you coming for my brand. I didn't know what her brand was, but she explained that her brand was women's empowerment. Okay. And Tisha was like, but you're such a mean girl, you with the shady tweets. Now here's what I feel about the whole shady tweets thing. A hit dog will holler. Now, she said that Melody tweeted out, what if you had a friend that said they didn't care what their husband did as long as they didn't make them look foolish in these streets? Now, I have two responses to that. My first response to that is, Melody, ain't that what the hell you said going back to the episode 1 of season 1 when you was trying to subliminally call out your husband to begin with, talking about it's one thing if your husband out there cheating, but when he bring it to your doorstep and he embarrasses you in public, that's when it's unacceptable. Am I the only one that remembers that? Because I can go back to my first review and I was like, no, cheating is cheating, whether you're embarrassed or not, whether the whole world knows or not. Like, cheating is cheating. Am I the only one that remembers that? Please put it in the comments if I'm the only one that remembers that. Now, with that being said, Letitia, if she didn't hashtag you and Martell, why are you taking ownership of that tweet? Now, I understand you were trying to make a point, but first of all, so what if you said it? So what if you said it? And second of all, why is that the example that you use? Of all the things that have gone on between you and Melody, that's the example you have to say, this is my issue, this is my problem. Really? So, they go to get Kimmy, because I guess Kimmy was there. So they go to get Kimmy to see if Kimmy remembers, because Tisha's thing was, I didn't say it, I didn't say it, I didn't say it. So they're going to go to get Kimmy. Why? Kimmy didn't have anything to do with that. And even Melody was like, why are we bringing Kimmy into this? If you truly care about Kimmy building her relationship with Melody, why would you put her in a position to have to choose? Now, I saw the previews for next week, and I already have the answer to my question, which I saw 2 episodes ago, but whatever, we'll get there next week. Kimmy did the best thing that Kimmy could do. She was like, I don't remember. Now, I don't know whether she really remembered or not, but that's her story, and she's sticking to it. And if I was her, I would have done the same damn thing. I don't know. I don't remember, girl. I was drunk. I don't know what y'all talking about. I mean, because one, it's just not that serious, and two, there's no winning in that. If you remember, then you're wrong. If you don't remember, then you're wrong. And her thing, I mean, if you know what I'm saying, don't remember, but. So then they're going to ask Kimmy something else and put Kimmy in the middle. I forgot what it was, but Kimmy was like, really? Like, I just don't want to be here right now. And so they say, okay, girl, you can go. And I was just like, why would you even bring Kimmy into this to begin with? That is so not Kimmy's situation. And Tisha, going to force Kimmy to make a decision. And she shouldn't have to. See, that's why trying to be friends with 2 people who are not friends, that's why it's a problem. Because one of the friends tries to put you in a position where you have to choose. And the reality is, I shouldn't have to. But moving on, because Martell does the same thing. So we'll get to that too. Anyway, so then we have Tisha brought up the thing about, because MJ was upset about the comment that Martell made about the 20 girlfriends, and I had to have that whole conversation with him because they're older and they're in school and they hear things. Did he hear about his grandmama threatening to fight Melody? Like, did he hear that? Because if he heard it, he heard it all. Like, stop it, don't do that. So Melody was like, listen, can we just call it truth and just move forward and just agree that we're not going to be shady, we're not going to throw jabs at each other, and we're just going to move forward from here. Now, Melody's thing was, the truth is only as long as she holds it. If I catch any wind of any shade coming my way, then it's on and popping. And you know what, Melody? I'm with you. The best you can do in that situation is say, listen, let's just call a truce and move forward. Because if y'all was going to sit there and go through a score sheet of who threw what shade and who said this and what was true and what was fake, like, that's just too much. But I'm here for the truth. And I even appreciate the fact that Melody went to Martell and told Martell to go talk to the young man, his son. And Martell said, listen, I was mad. I didn't mean it. It wasn't true. Now, whether it's true or not, I'm not going to take that and go running and say, see, Martell, I'm not going to do that. He was trying to make the baby feel better. I don't believe of it. I don't know. I still feel what I feel. But I can respect, in that moment, I can respect Martell saying, listen, me and your dad, we were having an adult conversation. We was having some adult situation. I'm sorry I said it. I didn't mean it. It's not true. We good. That I can respect. So then, we see Martell having a conversation with Melody. Martell is really not feeling Melody doing all this work. Now, I think there's a level of jealousy there. Because Melody really is getting the bulk of the attention as far as all of the opportunities and things that are coming their way as a result of the show. Good, bad, or indifferent. And Martell even said something to that effect at the reunion about how he sit back and he lets Mel get all the attention. And he was resentful of it. And I really think that's what it is. Do I think part of it is that he is concerned that she's doing too much too soon? Yes, I do. But I also feel like some of it is just jealousy. It just is. And Melody, you know, in the nicest way she probably can, said, I'ma do it. I'ma do me. I got this taken care of. You need to step up to the plate. You need to do more. Like, I'm a working mama, you're a working dad. We're gonna figure it out, but I'm not gonna stop doing nothing that I'm doing. Then they brought up the fact that they about the party. And she said, look, me and Tisha, we came to a meeting of the minds. We called a truce. We ain't friends, but we ain't enemies. But it is what it is. Martell was like, well, I felt some kind of way about them showing up and not even speaking. I mean, I probably wouldn't speak back, but it's just the principle about it. And Melody, you know what, Melody, thank you so much. Melody was like, so that you can kind of understand why they didn't speak to you. Because they knew you weren't going to speak to them. So why even engage? But that's not it. That's just, I'm just saying, you at my party, I'm paying for it. You speak to me. That's 5-year-old shit. That's 5-year-old shit. If you weren't going to speak to them anyway, why does it even matter? That's so stupid to me. But whatever. So then, I feel like y'all looking right up my nostril. Anyway, so then, they bring up the event. He's like, well, we just don't need to be around. And he said, that's the last time they're going to be around. And Melody was like, what you mean? Like, as far as the kids are concerned? He was like, yeah, that's it. Melody gave him that look like, yeah, all right, then. Like, I'm not even going to argue with you, but that's not going to happen. Because, again, Melody can separate the two, and I can respect her for that. So then she says, well, you know, we're going to be at the event with, you know, Destiny and LeBaron. And he was like, what? Why would they invite them? Why would they invite them? And Melody was like, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're all black business owners and, you know, we win it. Like, regardless of whether you personally like them or not, when one wins, we all win. Like, what's the problem? I don't know about that. Well, this need to be the last time that they invite them to anything we come to. See, again, that's that elementary school shit. So y'all can't coexist. You can't be anywhere where they're going to be because you don't like them. Even a business event, even a situation where you can network. Like, because that's what's going on. Like, at these events, y'all are networking. You know? And I was just like, and Melody sees it. Melody sees the big picture. She was like, well, I can coexist. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about, but I can coexist. And I don't have no problem with Destiny and writing them. You know, they are businessmen and women in this community. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's why we all were friends to begin with. Shabba. So, and then Martell gonna talk about something. I mean, I've known Destiny since high school, and I've known LeBaric longer than that, and I don't understand it. Martell is such a bitch. Anyway, so then we have this conversation with Kimmy and Maurice. We know Maurice is studying for the bar, so you know he's sort of like focused. You know, he's doing that. He's focused on that. And she was saying how, you know, right now she just feels like there's so much going on. she's doing this, she's doing that, she's doing this, she's doing that. So they supposed to be planning, child, they ain't been on their honeymoon yet. At this point, it's not a honeymoon, it's just a vacation. Don't call it a honeymoon. Y'all been married for 2 years. It's not a honeymoon, it's just a vacation. So she was saying, well, look, I want to plan something for the summer, clearly before COVID. And she said, what's going on with, Monster's mom moving down here? And he was like, well, she's still trying to move down here, they found some stuff, yada, yada, yada. And she said, well, when she moves down here, are y'all going, basically what she was asking him is, once she's here and we're in the same area 20, 30 minutes apart, are y'all going to go to shared custody? And Maurice's thing was, yeah, no, that's not changing. Like, he lives with me full time. Just because she's going to be in closer proximity, I got him until he's grown at this point. Like, I'm teaching him how to be a man. And I understand and I respect it. But I understand where Kimmy's coming from. She's coming from a mother's perspective. And she was like, okay, well, I get it for now, but when she's here and she's 20 minutes away, why can't it be a shared custody situation? Like, he wouldn't have to change schools and all that other stuff. And Maurice is just not trying to hear it. Maurice is like, yeah, no, that's not what's happening. Like, no. So, I don't know, y'all. They still kind of struggling with that whole situation. And I see both sides of the coin. I definitely see where Kimmy's coming from. But I see where Maurice is coming from as well, saying, listen, I want to raise my king. And I want to raise my king to understand he's a king. And I'm here for that. I'm 100% here for a man raising his son. I get it. So then we are with the Martell and Letitia. They're at their new office. Well, it's their old office, but they finished renovating and decorating and all that. They got it all set up. And it looks like they're in one room, but have 2 separate desks, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Here's the problem with that. Destiny shows, well, first of all, Letitia is telling him about the conversation she had with Mel at the party, and, basically they're going to agree to this, they're going to call a truce. And so Marcel was like, so basically, so I don't understand that. He's like, either be friends or be enemies. Like, I'm still, still a little confused at this whole, but okay, if y'all figured it out, that's fine. If y'all worked it out, do what y'all do. Then she got to talking about her mom in a situation with her mom and how she apologized to Kimmy for it, and her mother just been doing too much, and this, that, and the other. And Martell brought up a good point. Martell said, so what you're saying to me is your mother is causing problems between you and Kimmy, and your mother caused problems between you and Mel. And she was like, no, Mel caused problems between me and Mel. But the jump off, like, y'all might have been throwing some subliminal, but the jump off was when your mama threatened to do some bodily harm to Melody. Now, again, I'm going to call a spade a spade. I ain't about to sit here and pretend like Miss Wanda wasn't all over social media threatening Melody. Now, she might have came back later and apologized, but let's be clear. She threatened that woman, and that's wrong. And you sitting here, I get it that that's your mama, but it is what it is. So Martell was like, okay. He said, of course not. Of course you're not going to say. She's like, no, I'm not saying that that's it. And he just kind of was like, so then, she was like, that's my mom. You don't, he said, you need to really talk. You need to check your mother is what he told her. Don't be telling me what to do with my mother. That's my mother. You don't need to tell me to check my mother. That's disrespectful. He was like, oh, because your mother respects me so much. It doesn't matter whether she disrespects you. She's my mom. See, that's that, they're the elder mentality. No, that's not okay. That's not acceptable. Because let's be clear. First of all, at the end of the day, he's been your husband for 13 years. And if the fact that she continues to disrespect him is because you allow it. It's because you have verbally or non-verbally let her know that it is okay to talk to your husband crazy, and it's not. If she can't respect your husband, then she don't need to be there. And I don't mean you don't need to have a relationship with her, but no, And I'm pretty sure that their financial situation has benefited Miss Wanda. The fact that they are doing well financially, I'm sure has trickled down to Miss Wanda, or trickled up. That's her mama. And so that's all the more reason why respect should be shown. But whatever. I don't agree with that. Respect your elders even when they disrespecting you. Now, I ain't saying she gotta cuss her mama out, but she need to check her mother. And she need to take off the kid gloves and do it. She need to tell her mother, you need to chill out. You are doing too much. But anyway. So while they're doing this, having this conversation, um, Destiny pulls up, and she comes in for the meeting, to meet with Marceau about doing the contract for her salon. And she has a beauty supply store, and in the back of the beauty supply store, she's going to have a salon. I've seen that model before, and it's a cute model. It's a real cute model. And so she wants Martell to do it. Now, first of all, she gets there, and Letitia is sitting down in the way that it's just like one big room that they sort of have areas for. So I guess it's a meeting area where they have the chairs. There's only 2 chairs. So Letitia sits down in the chair, and so when Marceau comes over there, there's nowhere for him to sit, and Letitia won't get up. So then when Destiny starts talking, and Letitia realizes, oh, this is about construction. Oh, that's not my area. Then she gets up. But my thing is, you knew it wasn't your meeting to begin with. Like, when she showed up, I don't understand why you thought that was your meeting. So then she says, so then she goes, well, I'm going to let Marceau handle this, this, that, and the other. Now, she's back at her desk. At that point, that's all we should have heard from Letitia. We should have never heard another word from Letitia. Oh, but no, she gets up, she makes, well, he did ask her to make him some coffee, which Destiny tried to make a big deal about that. I don't think that that's a big deal. I don't think that's an issue at all. I feel like, she asked me, I feel like that's anything else. She would say, you want something to drink? I don't see what the big deal is. That is her husband. Y'all act like she ain't supposed to respect her husband at all. Like, I would do that for my husband. Like, I don't see what the issue is. Anyway, so then Letitia's over at her desk, interrupting him. She interrupted him at least 3 times. One of the questions she asked the woman about the name, like the name of her salon is like Medeiros or something like that, but it's like her 2 last names combined. That is a question you ask when the meeting has been concluded, they're shaking hands, y'all are getting ready to say goodbye, and you say, you know what, I was looking at the paperwork. Where did you get that name from for your salon? That is such a cute name. That's where you do that. You do not interrupt in the middle of a meeting to ask him about the name, or ask her. Then she interrupted and asked him something else about the salon. Are you going to have natural hair? People, again, that's a conversation. If y'all go out for drinks, you ask that so you're going to have some natural hair, people, because I'm looking for somebody that can do natural hair. Like, just out of line and really unprofessional. Like, but you just had to be in that meeting. It was like you just had to be a part of what was going on over there. So, Destiny wants this thing done by May. And the look on Marceau's face basically was like, yeah, that ain't happening. Now, he didn't articulate that. He said, we'll get a bid. And, he said, but I'm letting you know now. But he did say, listen, I'm letting you know now, permits are running. They're taking a long time. The city is backed up. He told her, I think he said 4 to 6 weeks. And she was like, well, do you know somebody down, at City Hall that you can work your magic? And he was like, that's what everybody asked me. So I feel like in that moment, he was letting her know your timeline is a little unpredictable. It's unrealistic. He didn't come right out and say it. But I'm sure in a one-on-one, more private setting, he would have came right out and been like, girl, that ain't happening. Like, you want it by May 1st. I'm telling you now, that's not going to happen. But for the moment, he was just he told her though. He told her that the permits were running. It was taking a long time for them permits. He did tell her that. So then, Letitia even got in the middle of that, with the permit situation. But anyway, so now we're at the event, and it's a natural hair. Not natural. It's a beauty supply store, so it has all the stuff that beauty supply stores have, child. It's got wigs and it's got weave and it's got this and it's got that. So everybody's showing up, everybody's getting there and all that good stuff. And, Destiny does her little speech and all that good stuff. And it's nice, it's cute, blah, blah, blah. So the guys are talking, and LeBerg makes a comment to Martell about doing the bid, but that she's getting bids from other people. She's getting bids from Martell and Melody, and, basically made the best man win. And Marceau was like, okay, like, I'm not worried about it. But, again, remind me, didn't they say last week, didn't Martell and Melody tell them that they can't do it? They can only do residential, they can't do commercial, they can't do construction over a certain number of square feet. So, why, LeBerry, would you even bring them into it? Because y'all already had that conversation over dinner that the Holtz couldn't do the construction to begin with. Like, I don't even understand why that was a whole conversation. So I'm not going to entertain it because I think it's stupid. Because I thought we already, resolved that last week. Now, Maurice did tell Destiny that, your brother said, like, oh, Marceau said he could take take on the contract because he's really busy right now. Like, I didn't know he was taking on new projects. And Destiny was like, well, he said he could. He better come through because I don't have no problem firing a contractor. And I hope he's not the type of contractor that that says they can do something that they can't do. Then she bring up with Kimmy the damn chicken again and how Kimmy didn't know her. Listen, Destiny. In the words of the great Tony Braxton, just let it flow. Like, stop. Let it go. Why are we still having this damn conversation? She didn't know who you were, but the chicken was good. Then we have Martell and Melody showing up, and Martell's still pouting because Letitia and Marceau are there. She's still pouting. I mean, he's still pouting. But anyway, they all show up. And Letitia and Destiny, you messed up. Because Letitia and Destiny have a conversation. And Destiny, you were being shady. You were being very shady, and Letitia caught the shade. She caught the shade, let's be clear. You were being shady about her bringing her husband the coffee. You were being shady about her knowing her husband's schedule and why you didn't know I was coming. You were being shady, and Letitia caught it. And Letitia said, I'm not sure where these questions are going. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what direction? I'm not sure. So then Destiny gonna go back over to Melody and make it seem like Letitia was being shady to her. No, boo. You were being shady to Letitia, and Letitia caught that shit. She caught that shit. And Letitia went over to Marceau and told him about the conversation and was like, yo, I'm not even sure what this is going on. Like, and Marceau gave her some good advice. Marceau said, listen, the next time she try that shit with you, just change the subject and throw it back at her and be like, well, what are you good at? What is it that you do? Yeah, I love Marceau. Like, ooh, I love Marceau. Ooh, he get on my nerves, but I love him. So anyway, that was pretty much it, y'all. It looks like next week we're going to have some situation with Letitia and Kimmy. And that's when I'm really going to be on you, Letitia, because you're wrong. You're wrong as two left shoes. But we're going to get there next week. Because, sometimes we're editing things, look one way and then be a different way. Oh, rewind. Letitia, this is another thing I was going to get on you about. If you call the truth, then you call the truth. You and Melody, you throwing that little comment at Melody when she was talking about her beauty product, and you were like, oh, well, I don't know about this one because, I got escorted out by security. Y'all not there yet, boo. Y'all might be able to joke about that. Like, if y'all become friends again, like legit friends again, maybe 2-3 years from now, then you can make a joke about security. Y'all not there yet. So you making a joke about security made Melody immediately go on edge and be like, see, that's the shit I'm talking about. And you know what? She ain't wrong. Because that was petty. If y'all gonna move forward, move forward. Y'all not there yet to be making them kind of jokes. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.